And now we are back with the NXT side last weekend.
Yes. NXT TakeOver 36 came at you from the Capital Wrestling Center, Orlando, Florida.
And is probably the final takeover with NXT as we know it. Since NXT seems to be going under some changes, one of which was probably a good thing is it going back to taped shows. Well, we'll see whatever changes get made and whether they do too much to steal the identity of what NXT is or whether they don't do anything too major. Vince.
So we move on to the pre-show. Rich Holland took on Trey Baxter.
Pre-show match? Don't you mean a pre-show squash?
With Rich taking the victory in 1 minute 45 seconds.
NXT TakeOver opened up with the singles match between Butler, Cameron Grimes,
and the $1 million champion, LA Knight.
For the $1 million championship, and with the stipulation that if Cameron Grimes lost, then Ted DiBiase would become LA Knight's butler.
Now, this was around 16 minutes in length.
Yes, and it was a decent match, but I have a complaint with this match, which I have with 3 of the 5 matches on the main card. And that is simply that if you follow the story of how this is developed, the end result was so predictable.
Yeah.
Because during the match, LA Knight would take shots at Ted DiBiase. Grimes would ultimately do things like the $1 million dream.
Yeah.
Only would be camped.
Ted DiBiase stopped him.
Yes, and whilst the referee was distracted, Ted shot at LA Knight and locking the Dream Street, and put programs back Knight back into the ring, allowing Grimes to hit the cave-in stomp to pin LA Knight and become the $1 million champion. With Wade Barrett sitting on commentary complaining.
Yeah, as he normally does.
Now the second match, friends turned enemies.
Yes, as Raquel Gonzalez put her title on the line, the NXT Women's Championship on the line against Dakota Kai.
Raquel Gonzalez has been on fire since WrestleMania weekend when she won the NXT Championship. And things were going. Dakota Kai would hit a codebreaker, Jericho, onto Raquel Gonzalez for a near fall. But after going back and forth for 12 minutes, close to 12 and a half minutes, Dakota Kai would go for what's essentially the haluva kick. Only for the girl to basically counter with her foot, or catch her foot, go up to drag the guy up to the top rope and hit the one-armed powerbomb from the top rope to retain the NXT Women's Championship. However, after the match, we were teased about who Gonzalez's next challenger would be when former NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray made an appearance.
Yeah, and she is now officially a part of the NXT Women's roster.
Can she become the first British NXT Women's Champion since Paige?
Yes.
Right, match of the
Now,
night.
speaking of United,
Speaking of NXT UK, we go on to match of the night.
as Walter puts his 860-day reign
70.
as Kingdom Champion on 70-day championship reign on the line against the Mad Russian Ilya Dragunov.
Yes, just these two met back in October of last year for the UK Championship. And then it was decided that the rematch, which I believe was originally supposed to take place at NXT UK TakeOver Dublin, was should be viewed by the entire NXT audience. And did they deliver?
Oh, yes.
We had, let's see, what did we have? Chops, slaps, kicks, punches.
You name it.
Walter locked in the Boston Crab and an STF.
Mm-hmm.
Both men would use sleeper holds, but unsuccessful. And Dragunov hit the torpedo Moscow twice onto Walter for a near fall. A man of Walter's size hit the frog splash
Yes, you heard right.
for a near fall. And then Dragunov would lock in a sleeper for the second time. Walter managed to get out of it. But then Dragunov would hit Walter with several club shots before locking in the sleeper hold. And what amazed me about this was how quickly Walter tapped out. He was at the end of the match. He was in the hold for like seconds before he actually tapped out, which means after 870 days, Walter's reign as the United Kingdom champion is finally over.
Congratulations to Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Russian.
Now, the next match is an end of an era. To be more precise, the end of the Undisputed Era is implosion.
Yes, as Kyle O'Reilly took on Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 match.
First of all was a traditional wrestling match in which Kyle O'Reilly would pick up the win after countering Panama Sunrise into Aurora. The second fall is where things got a little bit more interesting, and that was a street fight.
Yes, as we saw weapons, all sorts of brutality being dished up. But at the end of it, the second fall would go to Adam Cole.
Yes, after Adam Cole spent most of that fall targeting the midsection of Kyle O'Reilly.
Means we head into a third fall.
And the third fall was a steel cage match. Now, as the cage was being lowered on all four sides, we had EMTs coming out to check on O'Reilly's condition. However, he was being attacked by Adam Cole.
He then thought, as he rolled it back into the cage was lowered, decided it was a good idea to handcuff O'Reilly to the steel cage.
Yes, after attacking O'Reilly and slamming him into the cage walls, he would get handcuffed to the rope, and in what character-wise at least, an overconfident move, because at this point Adam Cole could quite easily have escaped the cage and won the match. But oh no, Adam Cole wants to dish out more punishment.
And he was made to pay for it.
Yes, as Cole would go for a super kick, only for O'Reilly to grab the foot and lock in a heel hook. And amazingly, because Adam Cole's leg hadn't really been targeted throughout the match, but Adam Cole did tap out, giving Kyle O'Reilly a 2-1 win in this match and a 2-1 win in the lively overall. The main problem with this match is not the quality of the match. Is again like the Cameron Grimes and LA Knight one, and I'll say it again for the next match, the main event, is the predictability of it.
Yes, and speaking of that,
because Kyle O'Reilly was always going to win this match for two reasons.
What?
One is that Adam Cole's contract extension with WWE was only going to go through until TakeOver, and as of the day of this recording, ends tomorrow. So,
where he will become a free.
And even if he does stick around in WWE and doesn't go off to join his wife in another company,
that shall not be named.
Even if he does stick around in WWE, that is Adam Cole's final appearance in NXT, so he will be moved to the main roster, hopefully on SmackDown.
Yes. Now we move on to our main event as soon to be, main roster bound NXT champion Karrion Kross.
Main roster bound? What do you mean main roster bound? He's been on the main roster for a month.
You know, main roster superstar Karrion Kross puts his NXT title on the line against Samoa Joe.
And again, like before, predictable for the main fact that Cameron Grimes was moved to the main roster before this match.
Cameron Grimes, don't you mean Karrion Kross?
Yeah. For the main fact that Karrion Kross was moved to the main roster a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Made this ultra predictable. Even Samoa Joe's first match since February of 2020.
Okay, being moved to being commentator before being released and then being re-signed.
But also, Joe would hit a suicide dive on the cross on the outside.
Joe then hit the senton off the top rope for a near fall.
Joe managed to lock in the car cleaner cuts, only for Cross to get out of it.
Cross was locked in the cross jacket, its submission hold, but Samoa Joe, using his submission experience, escaped the hold.
And then ultimately, after 12 minutes, Samoa Joe was able to hit Karrion Cross with a Uranagi, aka Rock Bottom again, and place Karrion Cross onto the top rope. Now, Cross did kind of attempt a slight comeback here, but was hit with a swinging back kick before Samoa Joe hit a muscle buster onto Karrion Cross to get the free count and become the first, and some would say only, 3-time NXT champion.
So, congratulations to Samoa Joe for making history.
And
let's run you through the card one more time.
On the pre-show, Rich Holland, not to be confused with Spider-Man, aka Tom Holland, squashed Trey Baxter in 1 minute and 45 seconds.
On the main card, Cameron Grimes defeated LA Knight to become the new $1 million champion.
Miguel Gonzalez defeated Dakota Kai to attain the NXT Women's Championship.
Island Dragunov defeated Walter to become the new NXT United Kingdom champion.
In a 2 out of 3 falls match, Kyle O'Reilly defeated Adam Cole by 2 falls to 1.
And in the main event, Samoa Joe defeated Karrion Cross to become the new NXT champion.
So that does it for NXT TakeOver 36. At this moment, I would hazard a guess that the next takeover will likely be War Games.
Yes, and that'll be very fun for you to hear when you're able to say that again. So until then, he's been
Lisa Jones, and he's been
John Randy Smith. We will see you next time.
Or you could just tune in next week when we switch companies.
Either way, see you soon.